So this shit crazy.
Someone tell DJ Khaled say another one. I CBA, so I'm not even talking. You want my ETA, I ain't left just yet.
What a beautiful sunrise. 6.5 years ago, I was 17 years old and I had just started my first ever agency, and it was a social media marketing agency. I remember I had my first ever sales meeting booked into the calendar. It was an in-person meeting in my hometown, and I was at my parents' house for the whole day, just staring in the mirror and practicing saying the price out loud so I would be comfortable when I would go in and close the deal. So I was staring in the mirror saying 500 euros a month, 500 euros a month, 500 euros a month, over and over and over again. I would say to my dad, I would say to my mom, I would say to my little brother. I go to the meeting, I'm extremely pumped up, also really nervous. I go in there, I give them my pitch, everything goes well, and I get to the point where I need to say the price out loud. I'm like, okay, now is the time, I have practiced for this. But for some reason, instead of saying 500 euros a month, I say 1,500 euros a month. 3-month contract, all paid up front. 4,500 euros. The first agency deal ever. The client looks at me, or the prospect at this point looks at me, says, pretty great. Can you send me the invoice? And boom. That was my first ever agency client that I ever closed. I remember walking out of the place, walking out of their office, Kanye West pumping in my AirPods. It felt great. I might have even shed a tear. So that was like 6.5 years ago, and since then I have been in the agency game pretty passionately. I ran my social media marketing agency, I did ads for e-com, I did lead gen ads, we built funnels, I've done sales outsourcing, and also been lucky enough to work with over 600 other agencies and help them on growing their business and just overcoming the obstacles that I have gone through. For the last 1.5 years, because I have been really head down in the trenches, building our mastermind community, Agent Velocity, and making sure everything goes well there, and building my personal brand, filming YouTube videos, blah blah blah, I haven't been really able to focus on my agency as much as I would want to. Yeah, I have taken a lot of really cool deals, I've gotten a lot of inbound, worked with 8-9-figure companies, written a bunch of VSLs, done cold email campaigns, but for the whole past like 18 months, I really missed the feeling of waking up in the morning and just scaling the agency. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be starting a new agency, and I'm going to be documenting it here on the channel. How we started, how the foundations, how we scaled it, the milestones we hit, etc. Pretty much all the way from zero to the first milestone, which is 7 figures, aka $83,300 a month. So in this video, pretty much I'm gonna be showing you what it looks like to start building out this agency. We have already started a bit, we have already started designing the landing page a little bit, mapping out the sales letter, but pretty much I'm gonna be showing you how we build out the foundations, what we focus on. I'm gonna be having some sales calls, and yeah, it's just gonna be an absolutely great week. I'm gonna be taking you with me. It is 5 AM right now, as you can see. I'm gonna be going in for a run. 8:05 AM, just finished the run, then went into the steam room, did like 20 minutes there, great morning start. Now I'm gonna start working on our sales deck, because in like 9 hours we have a demo call with a prospect that is doing over $10 million a month, so it would be great to have a sales deck for that stuff. And also, we already know our offer really well, we already have our case studies collected, everything's super smooth, so I'm just pretty much taking everything, visualizing it in a presentation, and that's gonna be it. So it's gonna be a pretty easy project to start the motion with that.
Let's get to work!
So the design isn't completely ready because I want to make it look a bit prettier, but my design skills are not anything crazy. But yeah, just the basic first slide, then just a bunch of like case studies. I'm of course in a sales call, I'm not going to go through all of these case studies, but just to go good to just show a bit of proof when starting the call. Even if you go through 1, 2, or 3 and then just scroll past like 20 other case studies, it just sets the call up in a really nice way because the prospect sees that, damn, these guys have a lot of proof. Then just some identification slides. Once again, I like to use the sales deck more of as a tool and not as like a pre-scripted presentation. So I just like to have more slides than I need in case I need to reel a prospect a bit more in to our service. These identification slides are great. Of course, then our core concept, pretty much the whole reason why our offer even is relevant. We have our like team. Here's pretty much our team, what we look like. Or here's Jack, Emil, Rob, me, and then some of status delta from what we are doing. And then also like our offer. These are not the prettiest ones like right now, but I'm gonna be redoing these this week, etc. And yeah, then pretty much just like benefits, some price anchoring, our pricing stuff, and yeah, that's pretty much what the sales deck looks like. I'm pretty excited about it. Of course, what you need to remember every single time when you're creating sales assets or sales decks or VSLs or anything funnels, always the market decides what works. You can create the best possible sales presentation ever, but if the market doesn't like it and if the prospects don't buy from it, it doesn't matter. So I always like to make the first edition, boom, take it to like 3, 4, 5, 10 sales calls, see what slides cause confusion, where can I add more stuff, can I pre-handle any objections or anything beforehand on the slides, and then I keep iterating it until it is perfect. But yeah, this is pretty much our first edition of our sales deck, and as you can see, we are going to be doing growth marketing for early stage B2B startups. That's pretty much the niche that I have been in for like years right now, and our team also has been in that niche for a long time, so it just makes sense to go for that niche. That's pretty much how everything is going right now. It is Wednesday, just turned like Wednesday 5 a.m. and a lot of work to do. One of the busiest weeks I've had in a while, so you can also probably see it from the bags under my eyes, but that's life, you know. Right now my agenda, I'll just go to bed, I'll get like 5-6 hours of sleep, so I have some energy tomorrow. Also tomorrow I'm gonna be working on the sales letter and the VSL and the funnel just overall, so that's gonna be great stuff. Have a few sales calls booked in, have a few meetings booked in as well, and yeah, it's gonna be a great day. Good night, see you tomorrow. Today when I woke up, I got this great idea airdropped.
Of course, airdrop.
Straight into my head when I was sitting in the steam room. And it was to rearrange my whole office. My desk used to be right here against the window, but the problem with that was because I have such a big screen, like 57-inch screen, I could never see the amazing view. So what I just did, I took my desk from there and I put it there and I got rid of the screen. Like nothing spectacular, but just a nice environment change. Like if you probably have noticed this as well. When you change environments, it usually lights a small fire like in your brain. You feel more creative, you feel more dialed in, everything feels different. But you don't always have to change cities or move to another country or change apartments. You can always, sometimes you can just do something small like this, change your desk from the other side of the office to the other side, and you will get the same effect. And now I can see my view as I come into my office. But yeah, right now my goal is to start working on our sales letter so I can film the video sales letter and finish the sales deck based on it. We have already written like a basic draft. It's like 98 pages of just words. I'm gonna show it to you in a second, but it needs to be refined a bit so it can be actually recorded and it's actually enjoyable to read and a bit easier to consume, etc. There's a lot of work to do there, so that's gonna be my next task. If you have followed me for any amount of time, you know that I'm a huge fan of sales letters. I think these are the whole heart of the business and pretty much the most highest leverage thing that you can ever do when you run a business, when you're a marketer, etc. So we have like 97 pages of stuff written here, pretty much describing our offer and our activities and mechanism and vehicle and all of these things. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go through all of these different lines and all of these different sections, make sure that it reads well, make sure that all of the sentences and paragraphs are smooth, and also trying to find different types of pictures and screenshots and GIFs and videos and hyperlinks or like hyperlink stuff to make, once again, it a bit easier to consume. Because you know, when you have like a lot of text like this, for example, like you might have like a big explanation on how many interviews someone should conduct. You can either have a big paragraph or you can find a really great way to visualize it with some kind of a graph or some kind of a visual picture. And then the reader who goes through this, the prospect, they can see the picture and boom, it immediately connects in their head instead of them having to read this whole thing through. So that's what I'm gonna do. And then I'll just read through it a few times, send it to a few people so they can also make sure that it's smooth read, and then I'll record a video sales letter of it probably tomorrow or the day after.
pyramid Ponzi scheme, 360 deals. The investors having a field day. No, you don't know me more than them, man. She's excited, calling my real name. Be on my iPhone, pre on my Snap, and scroll on my Insta, all on my real page. I wanna sell with bro, no wing, no handicapped, fine, it's still cage. Stand my back, so maybe I feel pain. She wanna stand my tires. Michelin drinking front and hell in my carbon. I need a sweet.
Damn, I think I might have underestimated the work it takes to prune this sales letter. Normally, my sales letter editing process is super fast and easy because I have fully written the whole sales letter, but because we have worked on this together, I'm not 100% familiar with all of the parts, so I have to read through and scan and really consume each part for me to make it great. Not really sure how well you can see, but I have been just adding a bunch of different pictures and different graphs and just pretty much proofreading and making the paragraphs and sentences smoother to read, so it's a bit easier to consume for the prospects. Normally, I would just power through the whole thing and just finish it in one sitting, but tomorrow I have like 7 calls and my to-do list ain't getting shorter either. There's a bunch of new tasks coming up, so I'll head to bed, I'll wake up refreshed and fresh tomorrow morning, and I'll get back to working on this. Yeah, so right now it is Sunday evening. I haven't been recording that much for the past few days because I have literally just been in my office locked in, so there really isn't much to record. One thing that I'm extremely excited about is our Masterminds live event happening in 2 weeks. And because it's happening 2 weeks in Tallinn, some people are already flying in to Tallinn if they're coming from farther away, like Canada, US, whatever. So one of our members, Renee, just flew in from Canada to Tallinn today. So I'm gonna be going to dinner with him and rest of our team. Gonna have a great evening, and after that I'm coming back and we're gonna be reviewing how everything is going on with the agency. We also just almost got our landing page finished, so I'm gonna be showing you how we built our landing page and what kind of structures we use. So that's gonna be really cool. That was a really great time. Went to watch the Euros. I'm not a huge soccer fan, but there was a great atmosphere out there. So went to watch the Euros, had a great dinner, all of that good stuff. And now it is time to go over what our landing page is looking like and also what kind of progress I made or we made as a team during this week, and what are we gonna be doing next week, and what are our next activities to really get this stuff out of the ground. And also, like, if you are building an agency right now, or you're thinking about building one, you can pretty much just follow, not maybe exactly, but you can take a lot of the things that we are doing and implement it to your own agency building process. And I can really confidently say that it works really well because we have done this a lot of times. But yeah, this is pretty much what our landing page is looking like right now. It is built on Framer, and I know it looks like a really typical agency landing page, but all of the ones that are built on Framer are gonna look pretty similar. But this is pretty much the structure that we have used for a lot of landing pages that we do for our clients. Pretty much, we always start with a headline, then we have a video sales letter. Right now it just has like a placeholder honey video, or I don't know what this is, but there's always a video sales letter. Then we have some status delta, some credibility here, our core concept, once again a bit more proof, our activity steps, so our mechanism, and benefits of working with us, our team, and once again more benefits and Q&A. And this is pretty much a variation of a structure that we have used for a long time when we do campaigns for our clients and landing pages for our clients, and also when we do any pages for ourselves. I learned it from Nick Cosmi back in the day when he was running Spio, if anyone knows that. And yeah, all of that stuff is mobile optimized, so it looks pretty good on phone as well, and all of the different devices. And right now the main thing that we just have left is we just need to get the finished VSL here and edit a few pieces of copy, add a few case studies here, and then also do all of the pages that we have built here, finish those off as well. I really do like the look of it. We normally just do really scrappy pages or just maybe Google Doc sales letters, but this time we wanted to do like a little bit of a prettier landing page, still keeping the actual elements that we feel that are necessary to have a really well converting landing page, but just have a bit of a nicer branding because we're gonna be reaching out to a lot of really highly respected individuals on our campaigns. But yeah, so this week's activity steps were to write a sales letter or edit the sales letter fully, create a sales deck,
record a VSL, do a landing page, and do a LinkedIn brand book. What we pretty much finished is, this is not fully done. This is maybe 70% done, but didn't get it fully done. I had a super busy week, and obviously we have a bunch of other projects and a bunch of other stuff that we are involved with. So this is not the #1 priority, because we already have businesses where we have like paying clients. So those obviously are 10 times more important, because that's where our time actually matters more. Sales deck is pretty much done. I just need to take a few pictures from the finished sales letter. VSL needs to be recorded. When this is done, that's gonna be a few hour thing. Landing page is like 90% done, and LinkedIn brand book. This I didn't even show on the video because that was done by Jack, but I'm gonna be showing it on the next episode of this series or whatever you wanna do. So pretty much next week agenda is just finish off these few other things and then moving on to like next high level activities, which is inbound campaigns. So pretty much scheduling content on LinkedIn platform for all of our profiles, outbound campaigns, of course, so LinkedIn campaigns and cold email campaigns on outbound. And then we're also going to be running a small iteration of a referral campaign, because we have a lot of clients that we have worked with and a pretty good network. So we're going to be reaching out to them, asking if there's any referrals that we could get from them, and build this like referral umbrella. This is like, I really like this. So you have one person here, boom, and you ask this person to give you 3 names of people who could also benefit from our service. So they give you 3, boom, 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 and here's John, Mark, and James. And then you reach out to John, Mark, and James, and you ask, hey, this guy told us that you could benefit from this service, would you be interested? And then no matter if they tell you yes or no, of course, if they tell you that they are interested, of course, you book in a meeting with them. But you also, what you do is you ask them, hey, could you be so kind and give us 3 names of people that you know that could benefit from the service? And we will give you in exchange, you can give them a price, like a size of the deal, like 3% of the deal, 5% of the deal, 10% of the deal, or something else. Hey, we'll write you a free cold email campaign, we will scrape your lead list, we will do a setup, whatever. That works really well. Have been doing those like really successfully in the past. And I might just make a separate video about those, because I think that's like an easy way to get a bunch of extra clients that a lot of people are not leveraging at all. As I also mentioned in the beginning of the video, my goal is to make this into a more of a recurring series on the channel. Of course, I can't guarantee that I'm going to be uploading a weekly update on this, because there is a lot of work to do in all of the stuff that we're involved with. But that's my goal, like doing updates of us building it, us delivering to clients, assigning clients, all of these cool things, so you can follow our journey of growing this agency from 0 to 1 million, and also hopefully learn all the valuable things that you can do for your agency as well, based on what we are doing and what's working for us really well. As always, if you are looking to build a B2B lead generation agency, you can go check out our free course from the description, and drop me a like, drop me a subscribe, and tell me if you like these type of videos or not, and whatever it might be, give me ideas. Peace.